Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? I got this really interesting question by one of my readers, and that is, Loy, what would be the strategy for getting a job in Dubai or the Middle East in 2019? So what should the strategy be? So given that 2019 is going to be a new year, it's going to be the year before Expo 2020. Whereby Expo 2020 is supposed to be this speculative big hype, ooh la la, which is going to change, which is all bullshit, whereby they are going to invite investors and it's all speculative, okay? So 2019 is going to be the year before the big event actually launches. So 2019 is going to be the building phase. So what would be the strategy? Given that now Qatar has completely got out of OPEC, given that there's no longer the unity that was there, there is the tension that is there with Syria, the tension is there with Iran. You have the banking industry, which is getting rid of more than 3,000 people. UAE is actually looking out for loans to help it bail out once again, and it's asking Abu Dhabi. Emirates and Etihad is merging. The tourism sector is getting impacted. Revenue is not coming in. So what should be your strategy for 2019? I've just put down 13 points. So see which of these 13 points you can use and have them part of your personality when applying for jobs in 2019. Number one is when you're applying, apply for multiple roles. Don't just apply for sales. Look for sales, look for, let's say, business development, look for setting up companies, look for being a consultant. So it's like, even though, let's say, for example, you're in sales, you're looking for business development, which is more or less the same thing. You're looking for setting up systems, which is like running a company. You can sell your services as a consultant, or you can sell yourself as a, external sales company, not company, but an individual, but who represents like a company. So it's more like you register yourself from the free zone and you work on their behalf. So the point I'm trying to say is, apply for multiple roles, because when you do apply for multiple roles, the chances of you getting a job or getting selected is much better. That is number one. The second one is make sure that you highlight your leadership roles in your resume. What people are looking for is not followers, but leaders, trendsetters, and people who can take risks, who can, carve a path through the, forest where nobody has gone through. So you need to position yourself as a leader. And when you position yourself as leader, it's someone who can work independently, who can rally other people, mentor other people, create systems, develop the company, develop the brand, has a mature understanding of systems, processes. So this is what they're looking for. So you need to highlight and position yourself as a leader with specific examples in your resume. And also when you're talking and interviewing, going through the process of interview, you need to state all these examples. Point number three is they're looking for mentors, or they're looking for coaches or trainers who can, uplift the people who are working. So let's say, for example, it's a team of 40 people, but you're able to add value and bring the best out of them, inspire them, make them earn much more revenues with the existing costs in place or without spending extra, then you're looked upon as a very favorable candidate. So remember, point number three is being a mentor, a coach, or a consultant, a trainer who can help other people grow without increasing overheads. Point number four is if you're good at creating systems and bringing processes and procedures in place where everything is self-sustainable, you are a very attractive candidate. Point number five, this is very, very important. If you're a revenue generator, they are always looking for people who can bring in more revenue. So if your salary is $10,000 and you can bring in a revenue of $100,000, you will get a job straight away. I'll tell you, there's nothing to think about that. Point number six, which many people don't think about, is keep this in mind. If you have a driver's license and you can travel anywhere within the country, you can drive around, that helps you get a bonus. So if you don't have a driver's license, get that. Point number seven is just as traveling within the country is important, traveling to other countries in the world is also important. So if either you have a white passport, that helps, or you have an impressive MBA or a PhD, because in many countries, they give you visa on arrival if you have a PhD or MBA. So, many companies are looking for these candidates who can get a visa on arrival so they don't have to have all these complications. And this helps in business development and, expanding horizons. And point number 8 is make sure that your resume is content rich with experience of the country or countries in the Middle East, because the more experience you have, the more attractive candidate you are. Point number 9 is make sure that your interview skills, just crush it. They are perfect, because you only get one opportunity, one chance to go for an interview. So please don't think that your interview skills are the best. I would say at least go for a test. I offer these services. Don't be so fucking stingy. Don't think your interview skills are perfect. I've been doing this for so many years. Approach a professional at least once. Don't be stingy for those pennies, okay? Point number 10 is, remember, be dynamic, be likable, be influential, whereby when the person speaks to you, that curiosity is created, that interest is created, he wants to know more, he's intrigued by you, and he wants to do business with you. Remember this, we always do business with the people we like, not with the people we don't like. Point number 11 is have plenty of specific examples of what you have achieved, where you have succeeded, where you have failed, where leadership was applied, where sales was applied, where you changed processes. Because when you're able to tell stories which relate to people, people want you, or they would want to do business with you. Point number 12 is have plenty of references. The more references, the more contacts, the more wasta that you have, the better your chances of being employed. And last but not the least, remember, this is a day and age of social media, of technology. The more you're able to grasp them and use them to your advantage, the more impressed a company would be. Let's say you know how to use WordPress, you know how to use Zoom, you know how to send video recordings to other companies, you know how to have conferences online, you're able to set up meetings using technology, you're able to work remotely. This impresses a lot of companies. Or if you know how to set up a system online whereby they can generate more revenue, or you know Facebook ads, or you know how to market the company through social media or YouTube or Instagram, this makes you really very attractive. So these are the 2019 strategies that I would recommend in order for you to get a job. The other strategies, like getting a freelance visa, getting a visa from one of the free zones, setting up your own company, positioning yourself as a creative consultant or a creative agent. These would depend from person to person, where I'll have to discuss with you, knowing your strengths, weaknesses, your opportunities and threats, how much money do you have in the bank. So like I said, it is a discussion for a later date. So these are my thoughts for getting a job in 2019 in the Middle East. Let me know what you think. Remember this, the market is changing. You're having lots of problems, especially in the Middle East. You're having Qatar that is moving out. You have the banking industry that is crashing. You have the real estate that is now at 50% less. So not many people are interested there. You have Dubai that is borrowing more funds in order to sustain and survive, because it is speculating. It's just gambling on this Expo 2020, which people are wondering what is going to happen next. You have so many people who are looking out for jobs. So please do not be stingy where 2019 is concerned. You can succeed. There are jobs. There are people who are still being employed, but you need to have a strategy in place. So I wish you all the best for 2019. Start now, because if you start now, you get a response 2-3 months later. Let me know. Put down your comments in the comment section below. I'll always read them. Like the video, thumbs up. Don't like it, thumbs down. This is me signing off for now. Take care.